everybody is doing well, have had a good week so far. Here it is on a Tuesday. Still hot as blue blazes here in Alabama. Don't know about your neck of the woods, but I hope everybody's staying cool. I saw B.H. Ringer talking about a hard day at physical therapy, so I have heard they can be brutal, absolutely brutal. So anyway, hope everybody's week's going well. Hey, Crafty Dragon, let's run through the list. I don't think we got a ton of people in right now, but we can do a quick rundown, see who's here. I see B.H. Ringer, Brian Jensen, Chicken Man Dan, Coins and Bass, Crafty Dragon, Dad Spare Change, Fleabag, JC Like Pam, KJ in Ohio, Martin Bowen, Michael Erickson, Nicole Erickson, Ron Pierce. I think we had somebody come in there. I see Brian Jensen. Maybe I missed somebody there. Sam Wilson, Shell Bell, Silverman, 92, Jolly Roger, and Vincent C. Hello, everyone. Jim Kentour, JC Like Pam. Just in case I missed a few, going back through again. So, what is up? Hey, Lisa D. Oh, excuse me. So, I thought we would start out tonight with a little show and tell. The same day I finished the stream, Saturday, my order, hey Greg Chapman, my order from PMG came in. So I've got bad news and good news, or, you know, I mean, so-so news. First off is I turned in this $10 Hawaii note. It is correct in the lettering and everything on it. I was trying to put a set of the emergency currency together. These are notes that were printed during the war, World War II, and they were printed to prevent the invading forces from taking over a country where U.S. dollars were being circulated and being able to use that money to further their war efforts. So because they marked these bills in such a distinctive way, they could make these bills not legal tender and thereby making them all worthless paper if Hawaii was to have gotten overrun. So that's the history behind the emergency money. And so I bought this tin. It's kind of got some staining to it, but it's got, you know, a good crispness still to it. There's only one problem, and I didn't look at it good. I should have. If I had really looked at it well, I would have noticed how dark the Hawaii is on the left and right. Also, the 2 and 12 there at the bottom. Put it under the scope here and show you. Somebody had taken a marker and marked over the words. I know it's real, but somebody took like a fine tip black marker and highlighted the words to make them look better. You can see they did it on the 2 there also. And I just didn't look good enough before I submitted it to be graded. So, you know, I mean, luckily PMG did not charge me for it. They just sent it back with an explanation as to why they didn't grade it. But you can plainly see, especially on the W there, where they have just wrote over it. And that's something I should have caught. And now, you know, when I got to looking at it after I got the explanation for PMG, it was quickly obvious what the deal was. So, Fleabag, I saw some info on you there. Are you having white blood count numbers? That chemo can really kick those into the cellar. So I'm hoping they're keeping you going there with that. I know my wife, she had to have, yes, I did everything, Vincent C. I was working on getting some shipping done today. I will start working on the giveaways. I'm a little bit behind. I usually try to get those out at the end of the month, first of the month, but with the holidays and all of that, I'm just a little bit behind on the giveaways. I did get the auction items out today, so giveaways will soon follow. The giveaways will soon follow. So let's see here. I got that one. So they did, you know, send it back with the information and all on it, but they I guess they print that out first, and so they printed that out for the $10 Hawaii note, and then they had to void it because the note had been altered. So yeah, that's right, Jolly Roger. It is a learning experience, and if you buy notes raw like that, you're going to have some. That is something I really should have caught. I should have looked at it better. I bought it from a dealer, I believe, at one of the shows. So, you know, even further, shame on him for having that on his table. Yeah, that will happen. I have been through it with Allison, and yeah, they have to keep that up. She had to stay in kind of like a sterile room. Everybody had to wear coveralls and face masks and gloves. So it was it can be very dangerous, good sir. So be patient with them, and you know, you'll have good days and bad days with that. So today, that's true, Michael Erickson. I guess that's possible that he did it. That is possible. And my problem is, guys, I am not hey KCB, I'm not very good at dotting my I's and crossing my T's. Sometimes I get in these shows and I really just get in a frenzy to get around to all the tables. Hey, Robert Bruce. And sometimes I don't look at them as close as I should. So that was my lesson learned. So today we kind of been trying to do a collection, Martin and I. Jim Cantor has been a member for 23 months. Hey, Roger Ivy. Of these small head pre-1995 notes, and my teller today had 3. One of them has some teller marks on it, you can see there, but so I picked those up to kind of work on the collection of small heads, trying to get the best set together I can on that. I'm going to have 3 of these. Let me find the other one. I sent 3 of these notes in, and so 2 of them came back as a VG or BF 25, which I wasn't mad at that. The bills had a few issues. Shell Bell, member for 23 months, living large with my favorite Bama guy, Roll Tide. Amen, sister. Amen to that. But these are the agriculture, culture, and industry notes. $10. They are a Federal Reserve note. This is from Atlanta. The F being Atlanta, and so you can see. I don't know. Maybe you can see it got a little bit of wrinkling, like there was a fold down the center. So it does have some issues. If you look at it on the back, you can see the fold. Always look at the back. That will show the folds. Thank you, Valerie. And so I got 2 of those. They graded the same. This one is a nicer note on the reverse. If you look at the reverse on this one, it is gorgeous, and you can only see one fold down the center. But on the obverse, or the front side, this one's a much cleaner looking note. It has not been altered according to PMG. There's no notations on it, but it is a little cleaner note. You can see the difference in the paper, and also the difference in the portrait of Jackson there. Much clearer and nicer note on the top. So it kind of balanced out. You know, the front on one was good. Found an old 3420. Nice. Yeah, keep that one. Hopefully it's in good shape. You can put it up. And got an 88. Yeah, those were 85s, those 20s I showed a little bit ago, Lisa D. So that was my 2 notes that we were trying to have a discussion as to how they could both grade a 25. But one has certain better issues than the other one, and the other has other issues too. that are better than, so they kind of just balanced out. This is the good note, though. This is another one that I sent. Now, all of these are different notes. We have a St. Louis, an Atlanta, and a New York. And this is my really nice note I sent in. I got an almost uncirculated on it, almost uncirculated 53. So this is a super clean note. Just very, very happy with it. It got no folds. I'm really surprised it might not have gotten an exceptional paper quality, EPQ, but it's not centered very well, and they take that kind of stuff into account when they do that. But there is an example of the note in its really nice form. So that was my three. Jim Cantor hit the slots already. Then I had another. This is a Federal Reserve note, a national currency note from New York. Another really nice note. This is the Green Eagle. I was so very excited about this note. This was one on my bucket list, and so I got it in there, and I bought what I thought was a real nice example, and I got a AU 55 on that. So I was real happy with that. That was one of my bucket list notes. 1918 Federal Reserve Bank note, Bank of New York. So that was a good return on that one. Then I sent, this is one is very interesting. Maybe not to you. Oh, I've already sent that one back. Doggone it. I had to send one back to PMG because it was this note. I sent a couple of this. I had sent one in for me. I sent one in for for Martin, and I don't know about that, Chill, but I might bring it and let you look at it. How does that work? But I sent three of these notes in, I think. And this is a 1923 silver certificate, FR 238. And I had another one in that was Martin's. I was getting him graded for him, and they put it in the wrong holder. They put it in as a FR 237, which is a Black Eagle 1899 silver certificate. And so I saw it before they ever arrived. I actually called them. And I will say PMG customer service is outstanding. But I called them and talked to them about it, and I'm having to send it back, no charge. They'll look at it, change the holder, put the correct information in there, and send it back. But this one was one of mine. It got a pretty good grade, extremely fine 40 on a 23 silver certificate. There's the reverse. Very pretty note. I sent in, I had a $20 gold certificate. This is a 1928. It is a small note, not a large note, but I had this one for a while. So I thought while I was sending all that in, I would send it in, but $20 certificate is legal tender in the amount therein. Back at the time, you could turn this in for $20 in gold coins payable to the bearer on demand. What would that be nice to do that nowadays, right? But anyway, so that was my gold cert of my own that I sent in. It's just a regular $20 back on it, but that's a 1923 gold certificate. And so here's another Hawaii note that I sent in. This is the $20. It was all legit, so I can show you, maybe you can see what the Hawaii is supposed to look like as compared to the one I showed you a little bit ago. So I did pretty good on this one, a VF30. I always like a higher grade, but this one does have a hard fold down the center, a vertical fold, so that kind of takes away from things. But anyway, that was my $20 Hawaii note. I did really well on this one. I got a 64 choice uncirculated. This is the $1 Hawaii note. And so I got a got a good return on it. I'm happy with it, very much so. $1 Hawaii. There's Hawaii on the back. So now I got to get a 10 and a 5, and then I will have the set. So I also sent this in for Mr. Martin Bowen. Say $10 large note horse blanket gold certificate. So these are very, very beautiful notes, and they're really, the back is what the blinger. Look at the back on that bad boy. So it did have some issues. Now, with coins, unlike coins, notes can have an issue and still get a straight grade as long as they're not altered like that note I showed you earlier. So this has some staple marks. Don't know, I might be able to show them to you. Let me give it a shot. We'll do a quick little try here. So just at the F, you can see it. There's a little dot there on the F. There were staples there, and then also on the other side. There, yeah, there you can see them. You can see the hole under the S. So somebody had put staples through that bill at one time. So they did notice that. They noted it on the back, so it does have pinholes from the staples, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful note. Very, very well centered, and still has a lot of eye appeal still in there. So that's all I got. I had this one I showed you already. The G-Dub I bought from G-Dub. Got a 64 EPQ on it also. On $100, it's 1969. So that is the current haul on the bills. As far as the hunt today, I've got a bag of nickels we'll work on. And then we'll see where we get through that. If we finish it by 8 o'clock, that's fine. If we don't, then it's only a $100 bag. It's not a $200 bag. So if we don't get through it, we'll just stop at 8. If we do get through it, I've got $500 in ones that we can search also. There's Pa's spare time. Pa, yours is on the way. I can, matter of fact, Pa, I can do that right now. I meant to send you pictures and I forgot. But if you're okay with me showing it online here, I can show them to you what your bill came back as. Take me just 1 second. One little second here. You had a legal tender 1917, and you had a Black Eagle. So here will be your. I told you, I believe when we had it, that it was, this is called a sawhorse note, that I didn't expect it to grade very well because it was not in great condition. But here is your sawhorse note. There is you got a choice fine 15, so that's better than an 8. That is your note, will be coming to you. It went in the mail yesterday, I think. And then there is the reverse. And then you also had a Black Eagle. Let me find it. That's an 1899. I think that was the only one of those I sent in. And so here is your Black Eagle. It will be coming your way also. You got a nice grade on it. Very fine. Oh, sorry. Now you see it. I'll put it back again. I'll put the other one back. Sorry about that. For some reason or another, I had it cut off. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Hey, 949. I got your goodies in the mail too. So that is the front. There's not really an obverse. It does have like a fold here and a fold here. So folds do take away, and then there is the reverse on that. Again, if you're always looking at bills, the reverse will show the folds more than the front. So there is that one. I'll go back again and get that other bill back for you. This is the Sawhorse, the $1 Sawhorse note, 1917. These are both horse blanket notes. So there is the front on it. It was not in great shape, but it didn't have any major tears. It got good paper quality, you know, as far as overall. Got some good many folds in it, so that knocked the grade down. And then there is the Sawhorses on the back. Still got nice color on the back. These are beautiful bills. I really think you did well, so thank you for buying in on that. So we will get back now to the nickel hunt. So those are on the way, Paul. You should have a tracking number on them in your email. Should have a tracking number in your email. No, I mean, I can't. You know, Paul, I really got to do a better job of remembering what people have paid me to do things, because I really got no idea. I'll be honest with you. I know you paid. I couldn't tell if you. I can't remember if you paid for the grading or not. I really don't worry about it that much. So I guess we'll just keep this camera out here since we got it going there. Are y'all okay with that, or you want me to go to the big overhead camera? Excuse me. Let me know what you would like me to do. I will do whatever you would like. Let's see. Let me get me a bucket. This is fine, says Shell Bell. What do you think about the new position on my this camera? I kind of changed the position on it so that you're just not looking at the top of my head all the time. So always trying to improve here on the WalkerMagnet channel. Always trying to improve here. So I got another submission going in. Once Martin gets down here, I think we're going to wait till after the show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did, Pa, but that's on me. That ain't on you, my friend. So I'm fine at where we're at. I know you paid for the auction, and I'm pretty sure you paid me for the grading. So we're usually, you know, the thing is, most everybody I deal with are Johnny on the spot for that. There comes Paul Spare Time in with a 10 WalkerMagnet membership. We got Kane's Coin, Flying Dutchman, Mike Wolf, Opus Singer, Keith Rodman, Dad Hunts Coins, Martin Smith, Mr. Gold Panning Dutchy, Bando Picks, Down South Picking and Stacking. All right, thank you, Paul. That was very nice of you. Super nice thing from a super nice man. And we are going to continue on. So welcome all the new members. We're slowly but surely attacking a sub or two in during the week. Man, did y'all see what the little short videos I did on the coin machines? I got one over 7,000 views, by far the best result that I have had with the shorts videos. And then my other one has over 3,000, and that's going to be number 2 on the list. So quite happy with that. I appreciate everybody that's clicked on them and watched them. Let's see. I gotta do the do. All right, Pa. Hope everything's going well, and I hope your tests are starting to come back and getting good results from that also. Cloudbot, go Cloudbot. Get a giveaway going, 50 likes. Here we go. All right, 3 minutes to get in, and while that's running, I'm going to get it together because I never did it. Oh, well, I mean, hey, you never know what's going to take off on those things, though, Jolly Roger. I mean, you absolutely just never know. I have not really done well with them. Heck, my highest grossing video for shorts was I sat down for supper one night. I had cooked some beef stew with some rice, and I had a crusty bread on it. And I did a little short clip, and I said beef stew and crusty bread for supper, or that's what's for supper, or something like that. Hey, Roy Hathaway. And it got like 3,000 likes. I'm just like, you know, you just don't know what's going to be, what's really going to take off and what's not. Let's do a couple of Rosie dimes tonight. Hannah picked up an extra shift at the restaurant. Hey, Paul Abrams. So she is out doing the adult thing. All right, we got a minute and 41 seconds to go on that. I will switch over. I will try to switch over when that runs out. I know y'all can see it on the chat when I draw, but I always we like to be transparent here on the WalkerMagnet channel. And by the way, Gabe Bowen, how are you doing tonight? I know you're back there watching. I didn't mean to skip you in the reading the list earlier, so I hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. J Dud, how are you? Come on in. We got 58 seconds. We got 33 people in. We got 42 people watching. 42. Hey, Gatita. Hey, Gatita. I met Gatita and I went and had a senior moment. Her other half, we got more gifted membership. Who done went and done that? Who went and done that? Roy Hathaway with 10 WalkerMagnet memberships. His and her coins, Silver Clan, Billy SCG, Chop Shop and Whatnot, Johnny B, Corn Dog 888, Paul Casper, Bill 457, Bellows Ford. There's Bellows Ford. Yeah, I'm sorry, I could not remember your name. I had a senior moment right about then. Paul Casper, Bill 457, Crafty Dragon, Jolly Roger. So thank you, Roy. That was very generous of you to do that. And, you know, that is a super generous gift because of late I have been stepping up with the giveaways for members. So there's no telling what you might win as a member on the channel. Every Saturday we do a members only giveaway. So I've been trying to step up with that. Have had some good goodies going out. All right, here we go. Picking a winner. Good luck, everyone. We're going to go with Matt Yankee. Matt has won a giveaway. Matt has won before. Been a while, though. He has been on a dry streak, so he is in the house. Woohoo, he says. So I'm going to try to work on those the rest of the week. I'll do a few every morning, and when I get up, I've got some yard work I've got to try to get out too while the weather's cool and my mail run early enough. But if I don't hit it early, I won't make the mailbox. So anyway, I will work on getting those out this week. So thank y'all for your patience on the giveaways. I had kind of backed off to doing them once a month. So it was a couple of weeks ago on some of those. And I will be getting those out. There's Lynn. How you doing, Lynn? Nice beef and broccoli video today, by the way. That is one of my favorites. I've got it on the list. I was looking at. I bought a Blackstone griddle. Well, let me rephrase that. Hey, Silver Serpent. my son and daughter bought me a Blackstone griddle. Hey, Paula Abrams, Blackstone griddle for Father's Day, and so I've been thank you, Shellbell. I've been doing a little cooking on it. I've done just some simple things, but I thought that beef and broccoli would be the perfect surface to cook the beef on, and then bring it back in and incorporate all the rest of the goodies on it. So anyway, I'm always kind of looking for the next something to cook now. Any war nickel? Nope, not yet. We really just got started. They had a box, but they had a bag, and I thought the bag was 200, but it was only 100, which is fine really, because I also got 501, and so I need to be able to go through all of that and get it turned around for the weekend. I'm hoping my double stack boxes will be back in. Y'all know we had a monster box Saturday. So, monster box of NIFCs. We had 49 rows of NIFCs, all 2020 Philadelphia coin, 2020 Philadelphias. So, I found a 39S. I need a 38D and a 39D, I believe, to finish my nickel album. So we will be certainly looking for one of those tonight. We haven't had any oldies yet, but hopefully we'll run across one. It's a nice 2000D. That thing's 24 years old and looked like it just come out of a set. Might compare that one with the album. I've got pretty nice examples, I believe, in there though, so it might not upgrade. So what is everybody doing this week? Has anybody else got some coins going? I haven't hunted anything. This is the first hunt for the week. I could have got maybe some extra ones yesterday, but I didn't even try it. I don't know where he went. He ain't going far though. He is not going far. There's our first find, 47 from San Francisco. 47 from San Fran. So 47 can be a Henning. I don't see the notch on the R, but we can weigh it. You can weigh them also, I think. I'm not sure what the weight should be if it's a Henning. I think it's supposed to weigh heavier, but I can't remember. It don't look like that one though. It weighs, don't have it on grams. .90, so I don't think it's a Henning, but that is a find. We do have a find for the night. No MM. No mint mark. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. It's a filly. That's right. It is a filly. You're right. Thank you for reminding me about that, Mr. Erickson. I just have a wealth of knowledge in the chat, as always. If you guys ever want to know something about coins or bills, there is probably always somebody in chat that can help you out. All right, Paula, we had a little cloud come through earlier. Didn't really have no rain with it. I'm ready for a little pause in the rains. My grass to quit growing. I'm having to cut it every week now. I'm more of a every 2 week grass cutter. Oh yeah. All right. Thank you, Fleabag, for that information. Copper Owl was in earlier asking about him in Discord. Yeah, I asked Pa. Pa was gracious enough to send me one a couple weeks ago, so I got a little mileage on it so far. Nothing crazy. It just dirties up. I need to give it a washing already. But yeah, keep Sir Benji in your prayers. He seems to have fallen down some stairs and cut his elbow and sprained his wrist. Copper Owl was literally like an hour ago. He was in Discord asking about him because he hadn't seen him on this week. So there is a 42 knot silver. We got a 42 unsilver. Hey, Cadro 100. Yeah, we're keeping cool. I got out and got a little warm this week, but that was my own fault. I should know better than to start cutting grass at 11:30. Should know better than to cut grass, try to cut grass and do yard work at 11:30. Yep, I did. We did hear that. It was brought up. I had seen it already on the YouTube, and then I think Can did a Remembrance of Life kind of stream for him the other night. Tell you what, we're losing them left and right, everybody. I mean, that's the downside of coin collectors. You don't have many that's in there. Yeah, Copper Owl, somebody said that too. I think Michael Erickson said that, said something about that. I seem to remember him doing that, seeing that, but that's still, if you don't know, if you don't see it, it's good that people see people not in chat or, creators not doing content and think enough to check up on them. Yeah, I would rather get it knocked out before the day is going good. Sometimes it's got too much dew on it, so need to wait till that burns off. And usually if I sit here too long, then I don't want to get up and go do it. It's a vicious circle. Yeah, we need more young blood in there. Need more young blood. Y'all get your kids, get your grandkids, get your second cousin, anybody that you can grab and get them into the hobby. Yeah, thank you. Jolly Roger, it is an exceptional community. I've heard that about other like crafting communities and things of that nature too, being that way. So I'm sure there are other communities that feel the same way about their group. But I do agree, we do have a very loving community. Very aware of each other, not to a lot, in most cases, nobody's ever laid eyes on, some of the people that they know through chat. That's the only way they know them. My wife, she made some of her strongest friends just through Discord playing games, and have never laid eyes on them in her life, you know. Wouldn't know them if they walked up from Adam's cat. But they were hugely important to her. Hey, you know, you might be on to something there, Cadro Hunter. Don't ever be afraid to be the first. I wish I could get to look at more collections. They're hard, you know, when you don't have a brick and mortar or some kind of better presence out there to draw people in. And, you know, I mean, I don't need to have them lined up at the door because I couldn't afford to do that anyway. So, but I would love to come across a collection every now and then to evaluate or buy from somebody. I've had one time that I've had yeah, that's a good one. So we got a Diamond Gems, no cash value. Is that a casino? Probably. Diamond Gems. Got a miscellaneous. There you go. I saw that RFT put out a video today on a estate sale. You know, that's probably the best way. Now, there is a lady in town, a couple of places that do estate sales, and I have gotten with them and left my card with them just to let them know, you know, that they ever come across old bills or coins or anything like that, that give me a call and I would love to buy some of that stuff. So never got a call. Well, I might have got a call, but if I did, I didn't leave a message because, you know, I don't answer the phone if I don't know the number, unless I'm without a doubt waiting on a call to come in. There is, that ain't a Canadian. What is, that's a France maybe? 1974. Let me zoom out a little bit on this. Y'all can help me. Well, now my bank, the bank I got the bag from, they don't have a coin machine, Jolly Roger. So they just bag the nickels up and then send them back. And so occasionally I go through there, and they will have a bag that they were ready to head out with, and so they allow me to buy it. So pretty little coin there though, Swiss coin. Thank you, Sam. I knew it was France, franc or whatever, or so there we go. We got a foreign, we've got a token. So no silver or anything yet, but not too bad so far. Yeah, they're getting harder to find, Robert Bruce. I've found a few over the years. I don't do a lot of quarters anymore. I would have an issue getting boxes sometimes. So sometimes, yeah, mine won't. Now, the coin machine banks I use, credit unions rather, they don't have bags. their machines just dump it into a big central like box or whatever. And when that thing's full, that's it. They don't change nothing out. It just sits down until the coin guy comes in to empty it. So if I've got a lot to carry back, I try not to just dump it all in one machine. I'll go to a couple different branches and do half one place and half another. I don't want to get a reputation for filling their machines up and keeping other customers from being able to use it. That's right. You are correct on that, Cadro Hunter. I saw the date being a 74, so I knew we were good there. I've got some silver. Who was that? We had a guy that was in here pretty often named B3, and he gave me some mint state. He gave me some mint state Swiss coins. That should be a 43S war nickel. We have silver. Silver is on the board. That's good. See, I've got the 75 likes already took care of. Half of the 75 likes is took care of. John Chum, how are you doing? Good evening to you. Oh crap! Sorry about that. I thought I had. Dadgum, that blurred my eyes up. I thought I had muted it. I thought I had muted it so y'all wouldn't get to share in that. Thank you, Bellows Forge. I don't sneeze a little bit. I get it all out, you know, and be done with it. So. Thank you, Lisa D. Thank you, Crafty Dragon. Doggone, my eyes are blurry now. Oh, I see why. Dadgummit. Where? I had a lens. One of the lenses fell out of my daggum new glasses. Walker is not having a good day. I don't know where the lens went. I didn't hear it hit the floor. Hold on, y'all. We got a small emergency here. I tell you what, I bought these glasses at, where in the world could the lens have went? And I at a like Best Optical or something. Oh, bingo. Bingo.
Very generous of you.
Oh man, that was unnecessary, Pa. That was unnecessary. Greatly appreciated. Alright, so y'all say a little prayer for the glasses. I'm going to have to see if I can find the screw that went with them. So let me put these aside and wrap the lens up. I've been trying so hard to keep them. Thank you again, Paul. That was quite unexpected. So I'll put these aside. I'll try to get those. I got a glass repair kit somewhere that's got some screws in it. So, but we still got to see the dates on these nickels. So we'll have to break out the half moon specs here, see if we can make those
Very
work.
generous of you.
Michael Erickson.
Very generous of you.
Hey. Thank y'all. Y'all are too generous. Y'all are somewhat on the crazy side, but generous nonetheless. Thank you, Michael Erickson. Thank you, Paul. Very nice of you. Thank you so much. That's crazy town. Crazy town. Yeah, well, I was sitting here thinking, man, I can't see the coins. I was a little bit afraid I'd had a stroke or something, because that can happen when you sneeze, I guess. I've heard it's a thing. It's a 53. It's got a mint mark on it, so it's not a Henning, but it is another fine. So thank y'all again. That was very generous of you. Yeah, I mean, really, I couldn't figure out what was wrong. I'm sitting here looking at the coin. I'm thinking, man, I cannot see. I mean, it was just so blurry that, and then these glasses aren't much better, but I couldn't see, and the last thing I did was sneeze, so. So the chances are I will not find a 50D here, huh? I have to come to your house to do that. I'll make sure to get my glasses updated before I come back out. I can see them just barely. I kind of got to get a lot closer to them with these, because when I had those glasses made, I had them made for my readers to be about the distance of, to the desk. Me and the eye doctor actually worked with what distance I wanted to be able to read best at. So he actually worked with me pretty good on getting that dialed in. So I've been really happy with the glasses. But the first pair I got had a chip in them, and I had to carry them back, and now the screws already fell off these. Haven't had them but 3 or 4 months, so that shouldn't be happening. So cheap glasses, but quality is not there. The hook had fallen off. Yeah, that'll do it. That does affect the catch rate for sure. Catch rate will certainly go up when you got a hook on there. But that was just weird, because I was sitting here, trying to figure, why can I not see? Why are these coins so blurry? Because my dad, he had a deal where he lost sight in one of his eyes, right or left eye. I can't remember exactly which one, but I think it was his right eye. But he just all of a sudden lost vision, and for a little bit, and then he said he rubbed his eyeball and it come back from Fleabag, doing what Fleabag does so well. And but they said that he might have had a little clot, a blood clot, or they also said you can have cholesterol clots that can block blood vessels in your eye and cause it to lose vision. So I've been trying to be real good about getting my eyes checked and taking care of them because of those reasons. It's hard to be a coin hunter if you can't see. Let me go ahead and tell you. Good night, Paul. Thank you again for the generosity. I very, very, very much appreciate you guys. All right, tell Grammy I said hi too, if you would. Tell Grammy I said hi. Yeah, I know. Shell Bell's been there. Luckily, whatever issue my dad had, it passed, and he hasn't had an issue since. He has macular degeneration, so he's blind pretty much anyway. But he's not totally without sight. He can see enough to watch NASCAR races. Uh-oh. Got a 39. Got a 39. I need a 39D, and then I will be down to one spot in the album. So there is a 39. Box is heating up. Oh, no. 39P. Not the one we need. One day I'm going to turn one over and it's going to be the one. 38 or 39, either one I will take. Well, the wet macular degeneration, you can get shots for that. My dad is dry, and so there really wasn't a treatment for that at the time that it started, aside from, hey there, Mountain of Coin Accord. No, I didn't. I did put it right up here, though. We can do that. Do not see a notch on the R, and I don't see doubling in Monticello. Thanks for reminding me about that, Dad's Spare Change. Dad's Spare Change is the G-O-D of doubling. He finds so many double coins in pennies and stuff like that. How are you doing, Mountain of Coin Accord? Glad to have you with us. Doing a little nickel hunt. Got some bills. If we kind of short time it here on Tuesdays, so we don't hunt past 8 o'clock. So we got an hour. We probably won't get to the bills tonight, but we'll hunt these nickels. They're starting to heat up a little bit. We had a 43S war nickel just a little bit ago. And so we are starting to. This is true. I could go that route, Paula. We try to stay on the straight and narrow here on the WalkerMagnet channel. It doesn't always work. I did say try. Not perfect by any means. Yeah, I've gotten to where I don't pay attention to those sensationalized headlines of coins. It just kind of upsets me every time I see one. I saw one today. What was it? I can't remember exactly what it was showing, but I think it was $1. Oh, yep, and when you hear it do 8, we'll be done. It was a silver certificate, a $1 silver certificate. The headline said, "Found in pocket change, $1 silver certificate, worth $390,000. And there's another, that's the second diamond gems we found. So we're down 10 cents today on that. There's the 52. But yeah, you know, I mean, that's just people trying to get traffic on their channel. If something like that comes up, if I see that, I can't scroll past it fast enough. There is a 57. We are getting a few finds up there. Whew, it really messed me up when I lost those glasses. That was so funny. I mean, I was thinking call 911. JC like pound, not all hint. Yeah, I did weigh one. I did weigh one of those earlier, JC. I'm not sure what they're supposed to weigh, but I did weigh one earlier. It was right in the nickel range. There's a 41. 41. We're starting to stack up some finds now. I figure it like this, JC. If you haven't found a Henning yet, I probably will never find one, because JC likes nickel, is the nickel man. He is the nickel man. I'm fine either way, Michael Erickson. I've been laughed at. I've been laughed with. So it's all good for me. What was it Minnie Pearl said? She said God was making people and her time came up and he was giving out looks. She thought he said books. Said, give me a funny one. Howdy. I got my Gunsmoke shirt on today. Joseph Weld, how you doing? Hunting a few nickels. That looks like an old one. Yep, there's another 41. So I'm trying to keep an eye on the 75. You can find a high D. Dad's Fair Change found one that might be worth a good bit of money. Oh, Hee Haw with Grandpa Harley Davidson and Brewers gang. You got it going on there, Lisa D. My granddad, he loved the Braves. He had to watch the Braves. Man, they're scraping the bottom. They can't win a game this year. Yeah. I saw a Tom Selleck Western that I've never seen. I may rent it one day. I didn't, called The Crossfire Trail. That was the Lewis L'Amour book. Looked like it might be good. I may rent that, watch it one day. I like a good Western. I'm watching 1883 right now. Watching 1883, and there was a scene in it where the guy had sold some stuff, and they were giving him money, and they, had all those old bills. And I was thinking, man, I wonder what those were. I'd like to get a better look at those. Train sound with his hands. Special talent for grandpas. Hope everybody has a special memory of the grandparents. All of mine are gone. My dad's the only one left of the parents. My in-laws, my mother and father-in-law passed away. My stepfather and mom, she passed away a few years ago. My stepfather wasn't far behind her. So yeah, I know, Martin. When I see those old shows like that, I'm trying to look, see what kind of notes they were handing out. I'm sorry, yeah, Littlefoot, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I watched a little bit of Yellowstone, a couple of episodes. I really like Sam Elliott, so I kind of thought I would drop back and watch the prequel, and then I might pick up Yellowstone again at a later date. Hopefully the fall lineup will be starting up, and I can start watching some of the other shows that have been on hold. I'm in the second season of The Lincoln Lawyer. So I think I've always got that as a backup. I bought me a TV for the bedroom. The one we had in there was kind of old and decrepit. So it's coming in Thursday. So actually the one in the bedroom would turn on, but you couldn't get anything to channel-wise to work on it. So I popped for a TV. Luckily, I think I'm going to be able to use the wall mount that the other TV was on, so I won't have to do all that work. Another 2,000. That's a Denver mint. And I wonder if the other one, see if it was yeah, that's a better one, so I'm not going to keep that one. There's a 58. Got another one for the fine column, 58 from Denver. Sometimes these bags are hit or miss. Sometimes there's you can find some really good stuff in the bags. sometimes, and I called this bank today because they don't always let me have nickels, and when they do, their boxes of nickels have the holes in the bottom. There's all right, William E, no problem. Their nickel boxes are the ones that have the holes in the bottom, and I have had better luck with those than the ones from Brinks where they lay sideways. And so I specifically called this bank today to see if they could help me out with some nickels, and they had a box or a bag. So I went with a bag. I thought the bag was going to be $200. Usually there's $200 in a bag, but it was a half bag, and I was fine with that. So I went ahead and got them. If we don't finish them tonight, we'll finish them up over the next day or two. Give me something besides pennies to hunt if I get bored. Not much. There's so much to do around here. It's hard to justify saying you're bored. Yeah, and I have watched a few of them on YouTube. They do pop up every now and then. I haven't really searched YouTube for movies per se, but on occasion I will have one pop in and I will take a look. That's a nice 81. I thought I would check the steps on it just in case. I didn't do that on that 2000 though. I don't know if full steps is a thing for. That one looks like it does have it though, but I'm not really sure if that's a thing on the 2000. But that was a really clean nickel. This is true, Littlefoot. This is true. I'm not above a little procrastination on occasion. I'm not going to lie to you. I can put it off with the best of them. No nickels this week. Well, you've been doing pretty good on the quarters too, there, JC. So. Maybe, just maybe, you can score a box of quarters, or haven't ever seen you hunt dimes, but that might be hard on the eyes. I don't know how well you're set up to hunt dimes. I got to get the magnifying glass out and the whole 9 yards. I really like to have the magnifying glass with the light on it when I'm doing nickels. And just about have to have it on pennies, but it does make it a little faster doing nickels too. There's a 55. I don't have my nickel mat. It's a 55D. Got a little crooked looking D there. Yeah. Too damaged to say if it was doubled or not. I have no luck whatsoever on finding double mint marks. Hey, Tom Thumb, John Knudsen. Did I say that right? Knudsen? How are you doing? I don't recognize that name. Southeast Stacker's in the house, though. I recognize that name. This is not another silver, which one we found earlier. I was just dialing the scope back in again. Just dialing the scope back in again. Good to see you there, Southeast. I hope you are doing well. Dodging all this heat. Here's a 52. So we're piling up the fines here for sure. Piling up the fines. Close enough. I'm sure I'm not the first person to fumble that football there, Mr. John, and I apologize. My pronunciation capabilities are somewhat limited. I do the best I can. I try to get in there with it. I ain't scared. I'll jump off in there, but the results are not always pleasing to the ears. But I hope you're doing well anyway. I hope you won't let my lack of pronunciation skills scare you off from coming back again. I'll just start calling you Mr. John. That way we won't have to worry about it. There is another 55. 55D. Isn't 55P a semi-key? Am I right on that? Or the only downside of the pause spare time, Matt, you don't have the cheat sheet. I might have to make me another. I got me a little cheat sheet going over there for Henning nickels. I may have to make me a cheat sheet with the semi and the key dates on it. Semi-key, yes. Yeah, the Philadelphia, I think. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gents. Got my dad, we bought my dad one of those kind of rolling walker things, so I got it put together earlier. I'll get it over to him tomorrow. He has a doctor's appointment, just a 3-month checkup. Thank you, Dad. Spare change. I got a Post-it note sitting on my monitor right there. I'm going to add those to it just so I can glance up at a glance and see what I need to see. I'm sure y'all are not going to let me throw a key date back. Carving a giant foot. Well, that would be easier than carving a little foot. Oops. $2004P. and I went to a new Subway or a little sub shop. They had a little bit of everything. They had fish and shrimp, and I had a Philly cheese steak. They had chicken fingers, just all kinds of different options to choose from. But it was kind of a new locale, so Hannah and I went and ate lunch there today while we was out. It was not bad. I ate half of the sandwich, and then I brought the other half, and I cooked me some fries a little bit ago, and that's what I had for supper. Philly cheesesteak. Probably wasn't a real Philly cheese. I have heard that if you get onions and peppers and all that on it, that's not an authentic Philly cheesesteak. I want to say I've heard that the authentic one has cheese whiz on it or something like that. Don't want to be telling those stories out of school, but that's what I heard. I've never been to Philly, so I cannot give a eyes-on representation of that. All right, see you, Southeast Stagger. Be safe. There is another Diamond Gems. You know, you got to wonder how that gets through. And of course, I really don't know where these nickels came from. I do believe that people are bringing them in the store, and I don't know, in the bank, I don't know if they weigh them for the amount or how they go about it. Now, I would probably be leaning toward provolone myself when I do mine. That's another thing on the Blackstone Griddle to-do list is Philly cheesesteak, chicken fried rice, all on the list. To cook at some point. So when you cook that today, that beef and broccoli, don't they have a term for marinating your beef? I can't think of what the word is, but that's how there's a 46, beat up 46. .94. Put it in the pile. I got this one that was, I know that's probably not nothing, but that's got some good detail on it to be so dark. No, that's not it. It's the term is called velveting. Velveting is the term. Marinating meat in cornstarch to make it tender is velveting. And that's a commonly used Chinese cuisine secret. I've used it before. It does make a difference, but there is an actual term for letting the meat marinate in the cornstarch prior to cooking it. And so I just showed the chef a chef thing. And I couldn't work at a Waffle House. 52. I'm just joking with you. I thought that was funny. But yeah, there is a term for it called velveting. Velveting the meat. That's why, you know, like you were saying, you know, making that authentic tasting Chinese food at home is can't never seem to get it right. That's one of the reasons, because of the way they marinate their beef to make it tender. Well, you said you always come to the channel to learn something there, Jolly Roger.
Very generous of you.
You're well. You didn't have to do that. That was unnecessary, but I very much appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. Because Allison had found that when I was going to cook something, and she told me about it. Then I looked it up, and it does work. As long as it's okay, if you've got gray chin whiskers in your stir fry, if you're all right with that. Chef Walker. I am the king of Chef Boyardee. I can cook Chef Boyardee with the best of them. That and a rice-a-roni. Man, I can put a rice-a-roni on you that'd make you slap your mama. If it's in a box, I can cook it. There's a 53. Ooh. Hold on, I got my fan on and blowing. Well, thank you, Jolly Roger. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you always. I had, with my fan on, it blows enough. That's a 492. It blows enough that it throws my scale off. Now I'm over here throwing my rag around, got my glasses in it. I need to keep all that together nice and tidy. Walk, yeah, Walker walk. A Walker walk off. A Walker walk off. There you go, Mark Bowen. That is true there too, there, Littlefoot. Hush, crafty dragon. I was going to fix these glasses myself, but I think I'm going to try to get through the night. I'm going to carry them back and let them do it themselves so that they can... Ooh, there's another. Man, we are knocking out the farm today. Ooh, that's an oldie. Look at that, guys. Oh, I thought it said 35. Doggone it. I thought it was a real oldie. I thought it was a real oldie. The Mexicanos. That is a beautiful design on the back of those. eagle on the cactus with the snake. I thought it said 35, but it's a 95. That whole deal like that just confuses the heck out of me. I don't know. A Gen X from a Y2K from a, I know I'm a boomer, but just barely. Didn't the boomer, what's after boomers? Oh, William E. hit the slot. Look at him go. I generally don't look at the 64Ds unless they're nice. There's no point in it. Gen X, that's the ones after. I was like the last year or two of the boomers, the baby boomers. Now we're just called old farts. Make it a little bit more simple, we just be the old farts. So who was before the boomers? The farmers? Did they have a term for them? I agree. I have to agree with you there, Littlefoot. I can't, can't go off the reservation on that. I would be shooting myself in my little foot. 54. So we're going to end up with a pile of old coins there. And we're not going to finish the bag. So this would be same as a one box hunt. So we're not doing too bad. We got silver, we got foreign, we got worthless, we got it all. We got it all except for a key or a semi-key or a buffalo. I'd like to see a buffalo. That's another reason I get this is I like to get nickels from this bank is because I've seemed to find more buffaloes in it than I do in the Brink boxes. Buffalo. Yep, need a proof to fill the board. There you go. That's one thing you don't find many of. I know I've found them before, but you don't find many proof nickels. You reckon why that is? If you find proof halves, it stands to reason that there's a proof nickel out there somewhere, the 49. There's a proof nickel out there somewhere that came from that proof set. You'd think you would see more proof nickels. Paula says she's a 57 Classic. I think we should just identify as our $50 coin. You know, I'm a Benji. You know, my dad was a Walker. And all the rest of you can be Kennedys. There's a 58. I got American Pie, Bye Bye American Pie on my mind today. I was listening to it today while I was working, and it's been in the back of my mind all day. I've been whistling and humming it and whispering it, and I hope I don't carry it to bed with me, because I'll lay there in the dark and it'll be running through my mind. Y'all ever did that? Listen to a really good song, kind of, you know, got your juices flowing, then you come time for bed and you lay down for bed and it just runs through your head the whole time. Do y'all like this camera angle better than where I had it before? Yes or no? Always trying to do a little better. Trying to do a little better for you. Need some feedback. You're an old soul at heart, Michael Erickson. You are an old soul at heart. JC Likes Pam said, yes. $58. Well, I don't disagree with you, Crafty Dragon, but that I also think that, you know, identifying as a radish doesn't make sense either. I'm not on board with all that. I'm glad I got out of management before all that really came to a head, because I would have probably been fired, the first person that objected to the pronoun that I associated them with. So $1.54 from Denver. Ooh, got 15 more minutes. I don't know. We might get through this whole bag, equivalent to a box. Had the little equipment downtime there for a second. That was, it's gonna be like the dollar bill that I found with the dotted star. It's gonna take me a minute to get over that one. Good chance it's a duck, I agree. Took me a little bit to get used to these glasses, but my eyes have adjusted, so I am seeing them pretty good. Let's see. Oh. 1/4 hour left. There is a 59.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Ooh, what? Oh, golly, that scared me to death. 48, but I glanced at that thing and I thought it was a 43 because it had a little dark spot there on it. And then I flipped it over and didn't see a mint mark. And I was like, what the? But 48, we got a 48 to go in there with the rest. Scared me to death. I sneezed and had a stroke, knocked the lens out of my glasses, scared to death on the 48 that I thought was the 43, but it wasn't. There is a 40. So my thought on the bags of nickels has always been that you would think in a bag of loose nickels that silver nickels would go to the bottom. Because they do weigh a little bit. That 43S weighs right at a solid 5 grams. So does that one too, though. I guess they weigh the same, though, so poop on that theory. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. Wish my lovely wife was here to watch them with me. It will be the first season in 38 years we haven't watched football together. I think Crafty Dragon told me to make a redeem out of that day. She said, you ought to make a redeem out of that. There you go. There's a 41. Yeah. See, Martin wouldn't have made that. He wouldn't have made that mistake because he would have been all over it from the get-go. He would have been all over it from the get-go. I thought it could have been Paula. I think it was a lady in the stream, but I can't remember. I thought it was you. It could have been Paula because it was 4 years ago. I mean, you know, I do good just to remember that somebody told me that I ought to make a redeem out of that. So it could have been anybody, but I think it was a female. $54. We're going to end up with a good, probably 20 plus finds in that bag. Not too shabby, and a silver to go with it. I like to keep mine simple. If it's too much, too loud, if they're not monitored very well, my brain doesn't do well with too many redeems. So as long as they're done and the volume's managed and, you know, it's not crazy, I like them. I think they're an addition to the stream, but I mean, you take people like Paul Fairtime and Hunting Southwest Ohio, they don't have redeems one. They're both heads and shoulders above my channel and a lot of other people that have a lot of redeems. So it's to each their own, you know, how you wanna do it. I think they are a plus to, you know, if in my opinion done the right way, but you can certainly have too many also, I think. Again, that's just me. All of mine work through Streamlabs, so I can adjust the volume for each one, you know, and so I think that's something that I see a lot on channels, especially people that have intros, you know, and they'll do maybe a little intro where they're talking, and then all of a sudden they have this music coming on. It's like, bah! And a lot of times, sometimes I'm watching on my phone, and I got listening through my hearing aids, And man, you want to talk about painful, and you can't just, you know, take hearing aids off real quick. So you just got to bear with it until you can get the sound turned down. There's another channel that I love is I like to watch Mike the Scavenger, and he's toned it down because he had a fair number of comments about the screaming he does and hollering about stuff. And it's so hard to watch a channel if you're hearing impaired, or if you're having to watch with headphones or something of that nature on, and you just, I just can't do it. And part of it's me though. I'm just in my old age. I've got defined limits on what I'm willing to sit and listen through. So a lot of it's just me. You know, if you like that, you know, it's kind of a great thing about, I like Mike's channel. But somebody said something to him about all the screaming and hollering he does. And so he's really toned it down over the last couple of months. I agree. He does a great job, and he also, you know, he does a lot for charities and things. He'll find things in those dumpsters that he can carry to, a charity place and turn them in. So, but yeah, I like watching him. I like to watch the ones where he, you know, gives a rundown on the how much the trip, you know, how much everything was worth and all that, or actually goes to the scrap yard. Because I put things out on the curb, people pick it up, and I always think about him, you know, and that thing. It ain't nothing I want to do. That is way too much work. That is not something you want to take on if you're not willing to put a lot of effort into it, because that's a lot of work. Oh yeah. Well, boys and girls, I think we're going to make it all the way through the bag. I was thinking I wasn't sure I could get through it, but in 2 hours, but it looks like we have. We'll count our finds up. There's Rob, Numismatic Archaeology. How are you? We'll count our finds up, and we will start. Our EOS will be a 40%er. So we got, I'm just going to count them as total 3. Had 24 older nickels. We had a 44S silver nickel. We had 3 diamond gems tokens. We had a Swiss coin and a Mexicanos. One, I thought it said 35, but it was a 95, but one whatever that is. So we did have some good finds. What we're going to do is I'm going to run an EOS. I'm going to get it going. Well, I don't think we're going to make it 75. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this war nickel, and I'm going to add a quarter. We're going to do the 75 light for the EOS today. 75 light will be the EOS. And we got a 54 quarter, and we got a 43S war nickel. War pickle, yep, war pickle. Alright, here we go with the EOS. I only do 2 minutes on the EOS, so hop in if you're interested. Remember, on Saturdays, hey Captain Vic, on Saturdays we do members only EOS. So if you've ever considered about a membership, I think it's $1.99 or something like that for the lowest tier, but really giving away some good stuff for members only on the Saturday stream. This is the EOS. And then we also do another end of stream that's for everybody. So a little bit of something for everybody. Nickels sure does get your hands dirty, don't they? Nickels are probably worse than half dollars. It is a silver quarter shell bell and the war nickel that I found, the 43S war nickel. If y'all make 75 light before it's over, I will put together another quarter. Actually, if we do 75 lights, if we hit 75 lights, I will do a 40%er. I'll do a 40%er if we hit 75 lights. I see 73. So it needs 75 on my screen. You need 2 more to hit the, to make the giveaway. And we got 5 seconds to go. And here we go. It's over. Thanks everybody for being in tonight. And the winner of that quarter and war nickel is going to be Visterion. Congratulations, sir. I will get that headed up to the great state of Tennessee, I believe. And with that being said, we hit 75 likes right there at the buzzer. Y'all hit at the buzzer. I mean, y'all hit it. Y'all hit it at the buzzer. All right, I'm going to start one more giveaway. Y'all hit 75 likes. I am not going away without rewarding you guys for the patronage and hanging in there with us. So we got one more giveaway. Everybody's eligible. Well, unless you won who won the 50 likes? Matt, you will be the only one not eligible. We're going to do a 75 likes. I'm going to change it to 2 minutes. I'm going to change it to 2 minutes on the timer. And then we're going to run that. 75 likes. Here we go. It will be for a 40%er. I just happen to have a 68 right there. So I was a little slow getting it going. So you might want to put your Kimmy King. I see you were the first one in. So anybody that was a little bit preemptive on your GAW. So Shell Bell 75 likes is going to be a 40%er. 40%er. Again, I appreciate everybody being here. I'm going to work on the giveaway items, getting those shipped this week. Try to get 3 or 4 enveloped up and ready to go each day and get them in the mailbox. So hopefully by the weekend we'll be caught up on giveaways. Hopefully by the weekend we'll be caught up. Those are stamp mails, so take a little bit, 4 or 5 days maybe, to get to you. "53 seconds." course, y'all can see that. JC like Pam sneaks one in here at the end. Got him a slot win. Hey, Neptune, ROG, how are you doing? "21 seconds to go. Neptune, what did you think about that note that was from a friend of yours in Detroit area or whatever that was? I know it wasn't in the greatest of shape. I hope you were happy with it. 5 seconds to go.
Can't touch this. You can't touch this.
All right, last giveaway for the night. Nice note. He liked it. Thank you, Neptune. Here we go. Winner for the 75 liked. Better late than never. JC liked Pam. JC liked Nichols. All right. Stick a fork in me. I am done. So again, thanks everybody for being here. Pretty good hunt, I have to say, for nickels in my area. That's not too shabby. I wish we could have knocked a buffalo out on it, but you can't find buffaloes in every box or bag or however you're getting your nickels. So, but still a pretty good hunt, I think. Not too bad. Should be back Saturday. We will be back Saturday. Will we hunt halves? I don't know. We will see. We could if we get them. Hoping my double stack boxes come in. I don't know if I'm gonna get the flat boxes if the others don't. So if they don't, we'll do some bills. I'll get some more nickels. We'll do something. We'll hunt something, even if it is wrong. And I will see you guys Saturday morning at 11 a.m. We will have a little auction to go with that. There may be a couple of these bills that I showed earlier in the auction. I'm thinking of doing that $20 gold certificate that I've got. Those are a little pricey, but hey, you know, somebody might be in the market for one of those. You never know. You never know. So take care, everyone. See you Saturday. Have a good week. Good night.